QVC too. So this is your first time. It's 20 acres, 10 acres just devoted to those trial gardens that you see there. We test, Pat, 2,000 to 5,000 plants, and people from all over the country come to look at the latest and the greatest plants. We open in July the 15th, and we stay open through September 1st. So what's really cool is people come early, middle, and late so they know which plants are the best and hold up best all year long.
Well, and that's why we love spending any time we can. This is an entire hour. We're going to start with the very first plant ever sold by Roberta's back in 1964. And you are getting one of the coolest plants. I gave this to my niece. One of my nieces Lainey, absolutely loves gardening. And she is so proud of it. It started to sprout. It's been growing now for about 2 years, I think she's had it. It's a good luck Oriental Totem pole. That's why I went ahead and gave it to her for graduation. 40,000 already sold, but it's at a sale price, as so many of the things are today. You're going to save $6, so it's a good time to go ahead and give it a try. And take a look at what you have to look forward to.
Aren't they great? And you know, I'm so happy that you shared this plant with your niece, Lainey, but it's actually the very first plant that Roberta's ever sold in 1964 at the New York State World Fair. And it's the first plant that everyone in my family grew up growing. It's the very first one. It's how we got our green thumbs. But look at all the sprouts coming out on the size of the log. And we're sending you this big, thick, diameter. It looks like a piece of wood, but it grows. You start it in water, and then you put it in a pot. It grows in sunlight, like you're looking at there. It grows in shade, even in a basement. And you can put multiples in the same pot. And I love the chartreuse painterly stripe that is coming down through the arching green leaves. And then you see one outside, and that's from the area that these come from now in Costa Rica. They can grow outside, but most people grow them as a terribly, terribly fun and easy to grow plant in their house. It's so much fun, and they are, according to the feng shui masters, a good luck. And there's Devin. That's all of his totem pole plants in his house.
I love it.
He is really, you know, getting the luck going for himself and his new wife in his home. Yeah, so why not pick up several? But I want to come around and show you exactly what you're getting, because they are just so much fun. And when you get your box, make sure you open this with your friends and family, because they'll say, what did you just order from QVC this time? A piece of wood? But no, this is what you're getting, one of these. And they are color-coded, Pat. We have red wax on the bottom and green wax on the top. Just think green for leaves on top. So you're going to scrape the wax off the bottom end here. It comes off very easily. And once you do that, this is what it looks like. You're just going to put it in about 3 to 4 inches of water.
Oh, perfect.
Just like I've done here. Now, here's the tip. Pat, you want to change your water 2 to 3 times a week. I keep it on my kitchen sink, next to my sink, and in about 3 to 4 months or so, they'll start to sprout leaves and roots, and then you plant it in a container. Look at all the sprouts coming up on here. I counted 4, and it looks like another one's coming here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have it just a small pot, but you know, the bigger the pot, the bigger your plant will grow. So you can have the size you want. You said your niece's plant right now is about 2 years old. And if she wants to keep watching it grow, tell her to put it in a big pot, and it can get up to the ceiling, 8 feet tall.
She absolutely loves it. And she lived, she's since moved to a different apartment, but she lived in an apartment, had it, you know, just on the table so that the light came in. And I loved the idea that it was a good luck totem pole.
You did a great story about it, yeah.
And it's easy and it's cool. I mean, imagine having, you can say, I grew that. You know, I think that's the cool part. And you can literally see the wax. I mean, I love that you put the water in a vase so that way, you know, you take that off and then you
Yeah,
put
the red
that
wax.
2 to 3 inches of the water, change it every 2 to 3 days. That's not hard to do. And
No, yeah,
before
2
you
to 3
know it,
times a week.
before you know it, you're going to be sprouting, and then you can put it in a pot, and later on you can change it into a bigger pot. I mean, did you tell me that these can last possibly 20 to 30 years?
20 to 30
Wow.
years. We have some long-lived plants. Devin stole them all, except for I got a couple back here for the set in the studio. But
How
they
old is that
are
one,
awesome.
Court?
You'll be passing them down from one generation to another
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do. But they are fun, and they're just as simple as you said. You scrape the wax off the bottom of the log, which is color-coded with red, and then you put them in the water like this, let them sprout after you change the water 2 or 3 times a week, and then plant it on up.
Yeah.
They are the funnest thing. And this is one of the 2 indoor house plants that we're offering today with you, Pat. We also have the desert rose.
Beautiful
So if you're
desert
looking to
rose.
collect and add to house plants, this is the one for you.
And it's on sale right now. I mean,
Wow,
take
yeah.
advantage of it being on sale. This is something you can buy for that graduation that's coming up, where you're like, I know, you know, they need money, they want money, but you don't want to just begin and end there. How about for someone who might be getting married, or a new apartment, or how about for you? I mean, you know, Court, and I'm sure you guys are very aware of this, but when you read, you know, we're loving our outdoors and we're spending more time outdoors, but we also want to bring some of that inside. So this is something that requires very little care, that you could put in your office if you want to. And you said now hers is in sunshine. This doesn't require sunshine?
No, it's not going to grow in total darkness, of course, but if you have a basement like I do here, it's got those teeny little windows, you know, up at the top of the ceiling, and that's enough light for these plants. They'll grow in offices. You can put them in a nice picture window if you want. They're totally a versatile plant. And I love the story. What you're getting here with us is not a typical type of plant you're going to find. These have been growing in the fields now 20 years, and the diameter of the log, maybe you could show it in your camera, but you can see Devin there. The diameter of the log is much thicker than they used to be in 1964 when Grandma introduced them to the World's Fair. They were about the size of a quarter. Now these are huge, up to 4 inches across.
And you know, I know when you go to the Philadelphia Flower Shows coming, you know, our way, which we're super excited about in my family as well, and I'm sure many of you will be there. Look how thick this is. Get it now. Even if we're thinking about, you know, maybe you have a son or a daughter or a grandson or a granddaughter or a niece or a nephew or a dear friend who's going to be maybe retiring, or they're going to be, you know, and you want to wish them good luck. I mean, that's the cool thing. Look how big this is to begin with. The green is where your leaves go, so that's the part that will remain up. But give it a try for $23.98. There's so much about gardening that I love, but I love the wonder of gardening. And at Roberta's, you all travel the world. You give us that opportunity to try things that, you know, normally we wouldn't be able to find anywhere, or if we did, we wouldn't have the same kind of results, because you have fostered these for us before they're ready to go into our home. So for $23.96, or better yet, you know what? Use any major credit card, $8 to get it home. Order yourself one and get a second one, and just have fun.
Hey, if you have kids and grandkids, line these up on the kitchen counter. Each kid has their own. And
I like it.
It's like for us, it was a competition. Who's going to go first? Who's going to grow biggest? You know, blah, blah, blah. It was so much fun. Just line them up, and you'll teach your kids the art of growing their own plants.
I just saw something on Instagram, Court, that talked about, should kids learn to grow vegetables in school? And my answer is yes. I mean, we need to share this with the next generation.
At school, at home.
Yep, absolutely.
It's a great hobby that you'll have for the rest of your life, you know, from a young child until you're